sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while in this world.
Hi, I'm Thomas Mackey and I interviewed Dickie Siddle. Dickie was born and bred in Morecambe. Dickie had many colourful memories of being a teenager in the 50s, one of which was riding through cafes in Morecambe on a motorbike. He also appreciated what Morecambe had to offer, such as a floral hall, cinemas and so on.
Come on. Spectacular. I've been to California, I've been all over. Yeah, it's nice, but when you come here, you can come here in winter, it's lovely. You go there, it's warm all the time. You come here, I could come here tonight, it could be gale force winds. If there's anywhere nicer than this, I'd like to see it. Even on a bad day, it's nice. Right in the middle of Arndale Centre now, number 18 Sun Street. All fishermen live down there basically. And my auntie, my dad's sister, she could pick a stone of shrimps in just over an hour. And a stone of shrimps is a lot. You finish up with more shell than you do actual shrimp.
Can you tell us about any memories that you had when you were growing up?
Well, I lost my dad when I was 12. My mother, and he had a coal business, so my mother sold the coal business and she bought a house on Thornton Road, 9 bedrooms, and people used to come, stop with my mum, bed and breakfast. There was no ensuite, there was no nothing. There was one bathroom and one toilet between all a lot of them. There might have been 12 or 15 in the house. A lot of Scotch used to come down, lots and lots of Scotch. And I'll never forget a family from Paisley come to our house for about 10 years on the trot. As they went away, they booked next year for the same holiday. And it was just, Morecambe was just absolutely alive. And when I say alive, there was fairgrounds, there was there'd be about 12 pitch houses in all the Odeon, bottom of York Bridge.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's a new, pitches used to be on all week, same pitches was on all week, but Sunday night was a new night, and everybody wanted to go see it. They used to queue from there, right round, past the New Inn in Bolton Square, queue past the hospital to get into the pictures on a Sunday night. And there used to be women walking round, usherettes, with ice cream, cigarettes and everything. Saturday morning, oh, we come along on Saturday morning, greeting, we were all singing it, greeting everybody with a smile. 9:30 it used to open the Odeon for kids. Cowboys, westerns and everything was on there. And corny really, now when you look back it was corny, but it was good. And if we had no money, one of us would pay to go in. There's a fire exit. One of us used to go around and open the door. But half a dozen for sneaking, back in picture house. And 3 old women at Palladium. One of them used to be on the cash desk. One used to be on the, where they sold ice cream and toffees and all that. And the other one, you never knew where she was in Palladium. And you used to pay, first 6 or 7 rows were one price, then the next rows after that were another price, and then another price. You pay for cheapest seats, you were like this looking at the screen because it was right in front of you like that, you got a neck ache. After a while you get on your hands and knees and crawl up. Next thing, she flashlight back to the front. She's caught me a few times. Winter Gardens, I don't know if it was a Tuesday or a Wednesday, it was wrestling night, Billy Two Rivers. They all used to come to Morecambe, right where the Promenade Station, and the women used to clean the carriages. There were about 10 or 15 of them, and they used to come with the mops and buckets. When they used to get on front row, and they was poking wrestlers with mops and brushes, it was like, it was better watching them than watching wrestling actually. We didn't appreciate where we lived. We did not appreciate where we lived. The illuminations were on. You couldn't. Atkinson's Fish and Chip Shop on Regent Road. Happy Mount Park was unbelievable. Happy Mount Park was the lights in there.
What was it like looking after the horses on the prom?
My mate Richard Turner is They had the new, and they had sharries pulled by 2 horses, and then they had the landors. And me and Richard Turner on a Sunday in summer, we used to take the horses down with a big yard brush, and we used to brush them off in the water, take them into the water and clean them, wash them off. They used to give us a shilling or something like that. That's all they had to do. We used to clean the bridles and all the gear, all the harnesses and everything. On the promenade by Clock Tower, it was all there in a row, 40 pence each. And you used to go down to the Broadway, down the Broadway to the roundabout. You used to go down to Snatcham's. It was 3.5, 4 hour day for about 40 pence. A bit different than at 17 on a motorbike, man. I was a complete idiot, and I mean an idiot on a motorbike. My mate, I bet no one's gone through there on a motorbike. I said, but I will. And we arranged it that somebody opened the front door and somebody opened the back door, and I went straight through Caprice Cafe, which was in Queen Square. Johnny Kidd and the Pirates, he used to have a patch on his eye. He didn't need it, that was his gimmick. Johnny Kidd and the Pirates. Could he rattle music out? That stage used to bounce. Floor Law, Rolling Stones, Beatles, girl I fell in love with walking on the pier. She was about 15, 16-year-old, I'd be about 20. Lulu. Still singing, and she's still a cracker. And I remember coming on, I paid one and nine to see Lulu. All the big bands came there, Joe Loss. Every Saturday night there was something floral and pier, and they were jam. Man, there were no televisions, you know what I mean? If you knew it was on door, you could get in floral for nothing. You know, buy him a drink when you got in, like, you know, you said, go on, get in, sneak in, you never paid. But if you wanted to get on pier free, you had to climb. There's a pipe underneath, and you used to crawl on pipe, past security, and then up back over barbed wire fence and in. That's if you had no money, but a few times I've snaked in pier, but Dental Pier was a bit high class. If you didn't want any trouble, that's where you went. If you wanted any trouble, you went to Floor Law. And trains used to come into Promenade Station, and the Barrow lads used to come. Well, if the Barrow lads ever came, the Morecambe lads and the Lancaster lads used to battle between themselves. But when the Barrow lads come, the Morecambe lads and the Lancaster lads got together to battle the Barrow lads. There was always scuffles, I had some good hidings. You want a Saturday night, let's see it. If you wanted to go out and have a bit of fun, that was it. And you had a good hiding. Brilliant, it was brilliant. The West End Pier, at the end of it, it was open air ballroom, where people used to go during the day, and roller skating arena and all that. That was right on the end. But at the landward side, there was an arcade. And the fella decides to build this arcade bigger, and one gale force winds one winter, the tide was coming in, it was going around the seawall, and it was hitting this ginormous building, and it just washed it all away. All the slot machines on the ground floor were washed into base, smashed up, wrecked, because all the machines got broke up, all the money was laid all over. The police were trying to stop us going on promenade, we were picking up coins, money, bags full of money and everything, unbelievable. I had a pass, 7 and 6. That was a season pass. Once you got a pass, you could go in any time. And I used to show me pass in, get changed, and my trunks underneath ready to go, because there was lifeguards and everything waiting for kids coming in from school and that. And it was a run to see who could get onto the top board, 10-metre board, 33 feet. First 2 or 3 of us in there could do it, and we could get in and get up them steps and jump off. And they used to be chasing you up the stairs. You used to jump off, yeah, I've done it, I've done it. Then there was a fella called, high diver called Perry Blake. He bolted this, all it was just a ladder, straight up, 33 feet above the 33-foot boards, that's 66 foot high. And he used to go up this ladder to the top, and he used to dive off, he used to do a swallow dive, it was called, and he used to jump off, and he should have heard the roar when he went off that top board. There was an information bureau there, and right next door to it was a Guinness clock, and that was unbelievable to see everything that was. You couldn't keep your eyes on it. Everything was moving. It was ginormous. It'd be near enough as big as this room, and it just everything. There was clowns. It was just on the hour. It used to do the full Monty, everything, and on quarter of an hour it just do little bits of things, you know. it's at its lowest point, and I think it can only get better, and I think it will get better.